Hello, everybody. Welcome
Hi.
to welcome to SoulSpace podcast number 134. I feel like I'm really close to the camera. Um, uh, today it's our fourth week, our last week. I don't know, fifth or fourth. Anyway, it's the last week of January. So it's our last week on our topic for the month of intention. And today we're going to talk about some work that we use a lot and love to do, and it's fun and it really helps you feel good about getting in alignment with what you want, what your intentions are for your 2026. So, and it's aligning with your intentions is our topic for today. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So we've been talking the whole month about intentions, and earlier in the month we did with you some exercises where you wrote down some of your intentions and the different things that you're wanting for whatever span of time you chose, whether it was a week, a year, 10 years, whatever amount you chose at that time. Most people probably chose for the year. And we're going to tell you some of our really fun things that we do, techniques that we use to figure out, A, am I in alignment with what I'm wanting? Is my energy in alignment with the energy of those things so that they can begin to make their way to me or not? So we're going to teach you a technique with a pendulum
Yeah.
on how to figure out, am I in alignment or am I not in alignment? So if you're not sure, you can test it, which of course a lot of people are like, how do I know? Well,
Right.
here's one of the ways that you can know.
Yeah.
And it's a really fun technique. It's easy to use. If you never used the pendulum before, we'll teach you how.
Yeah.
It's super easy and anybody can do it. And then we'll teach you some ways to then, if you aren't in alignment with that energy of the things that you're wanting, how to release energy, how to get back into alignment with those things that you're wanting to bring into your life.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so fun how we kind of came to work out this method that we're going to use today. We've done dream board workshops quite a few years in a row. We didn't do one last year yet,
We
but
did, but I
um,
love them.
yeah. And we used to do the picture ones where you make a picture of the things that you want to create and we were doing them regularly, every year and um we started noticing that sometimes that stuff doesn't come. We aren't manifesting what we want to manifest and we didn't feel good about our boards maybe or some things were good on there and some things felt too far away like too big or something like that. So we came up with the idea, well, maybe we need to be more in alignment with those things and get rid of the blocks that are holding us back from those things so that we can manifest them faster. So we started doing energy work on that stuff to align us with them. And it really works way better than if you don't do that, right?
Well, absolutely. And sometimes, you wonder, like, I don't feel like I have any blocks or barriers to that. What's holding me back? And
Mhm.
so this is a way to release those things, whether you know what was holding you back before or not, doesn't really matter. You don't have to dig in
Yeah,
order to move forward,
yeah,
to be back in alignment. And that's the beauty of this is like, okay, well, if it's something that you want to remove the blocks and barriers to it that are not serving you anymore, right?
Mhm.
And what you want. So let's make it easy.
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
'Cause that's what we like to do. We like to take the complex and make it much simpler so that we all can begin to really move forward.
yeah.
Because that's what we're always doing. We're always marching forward. Why don't we march forward in the direction of what we do want? So that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And we don't want to be in that push energy about our things that we intend to manifest. When you're in that push energy, you're pushing it away rather than trying to get it. You're working harder than you need to and doing a lot of thinking and trying to make it happen when you don't have to do it that way. You just need to line up with it so you can flow into it more. And yeah, this is going to help you a lot. So we're excited.
Right. Because when we're talking about push, a lot of times people get in frustration energy when things aren't coming to them in the time that they want it to. And
Right.
so this is a way to approach it differently and not get into that frustration piece because you're like, okay, if it's not coming, then if I'm not seeing signs, I'm not feeling great about it when I think about it. This
Mhm.
is a way to let go of that and not have to get into that frustration place, which makes, like you said, pushes away
Yeah.
what it is that you're wanting.
Yeah. 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 So good. So should we start with just a basic pendulum?
Yeah, let's tell them about how to use a pendulum, maybe what a pendulum is or could be, so
Hmm.
that they don't have to worry if they don't have a traditional pendulum in front of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So, I have one here. Carissa has one. So most of the time, if you go to a rock shop or a um, new age shop or anything like that, you'll find a lot of them are made out of stone. And that works well. Sometimes they're made out of metal, like brass or whatever, metal, silver.
Brass or copper. Yeah.
Yeah. They can be made out of wood. You can actually just use a necklace. This is a one that is a necklace that I had, but it's just a crystal put into a um I don't know, holder.
We
But
could use, I mean, I could use the necklace I'm wearing right now
yeah,
because
you can
it's, you
use
know, like a metal
anything.
piece
Yeah. You can use a nut tied onto a piece of string,
or
anything.
a washer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything that's heavy on something like a string or a chain. So, it doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to spend a lot of money on it. It's find something around the house and tie a string to it. That's all you really
Yeah.
need to do.
Yeah. Keep it simple. You know, if you want to have a special one, you can.
Right.
But if
Yeah.
you have something that works to practice with, you could hang it.
Yep. Yep.
Perfect. That's all you need. It doesn't need to be fancy.
Yeah. I love pendulums and I have quite a few, but um and some of them I use, some of them I just have because I love them, but
Yeah.
I have my favorites and this was one of my first ones that I got and it's really cool. I love it. So, um to we've had um podcasts about muscle testing before. And really using a pendulum is a form of muscle testing, or, it's just asking the energy, your inner truth or your inner being answers, yes or no questions. You can also use a pendulum to pull out negative energy, put good energy in. I use them doing chakra clearings for people. There's so many different uses. Back in the day, they used to use them to find water wells or gold or different metals in the earth. You set your intention, like with anything, what you want to do, and you ask yes or no questions. So it can be really fun to play with a pendulum and, you know, don't ever think that they're too woo-woo or too witchy or whatever it is, because they've used them for thousands of years. Sometimes they use sticks or dowsing rods. They use dowsing rods all the time and still do to find water a lot of times. So this is just another way to do it. So don't think that it's something weird, too weird to use, because it's not.
Yeah. And with us, you know, we're basically we're communicating with our body's
Yeah,
energy, with our
yeah,
higher selves.
yeah,
And, you know, electromagnetic energy is a thing, and we all have that electromagnetic field around ourselves that people call the aura.
yeah.
And so what we're doing is we're communicating with that and we're asking about our alignment
Hmm.
of our energy. And
Yeah,
you know, so it's nothing too complicated, nothing crazy. We're not communicating with anyone outside of ourselves. We're
no,
just communicating with ourselves
yeah,
and getting the information that we may or may not feel really sure about. And it's just really helpful to get clarification. It's really helpful to get validation. And like you said, to use the different techniques too to help with realigning your energies. It's a really fun, easy technique. It's just great. I
Yeah,
love it.
I do too. I love Yeah, it's awesome. So if you have your list that we talked about a couple weeks ago, I think it was,
Hmm.
of intentions that you set, or if you made resolutions or whatever you did on, you know, the first of, I almost said July, January, for the new year, if you made some things, set some goals, whatever that was, you can go down your list and just ask, am I aligned with this? Or is this how, is this something that I really want? Or, just ask a yes or no question of that.
We should probably tell them, how do I tell if my pendulum is saying yes or
Oh,
no?
yeah, yeah, we should start there. Sorry, I forget
No,
that.
we're just getting excited about the second
I
part.
know. I'm excited, but yeah, I forget people aren't at the same place as us. That
And
some
people
people
may
have
have worked
never
with the
heard of
pendulum,
it.
and some people probably have been like, what is that? Right?
Right,
So,
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we'll start from the beginning.
yeah, because that's fun too. And it's a good reminder for all of us anyway, whether we use one or not.
Yeah.
And so when we're talking about pendulums, um, one way that you want to hold it, we'll start with that, is you want to hold it. I have like a little stone that's at the top of mine. So you
Hmm.
want to hold it loosely, and you don't want to have any play on the string if you can. You just want to just let it hang loose
Yeah,
and have it be still as possible.
yeah,
And you'll simply ask your pendulum, okay, show me yes. What does yes look like?
yeah. And mine has a long chain, so I'm just gonna hold it over my finger like this. So whatever feels comfortable for you.
Yeah. And for me, so yes is clockwise circle.
Clockwise. Okay.
Show me yes bigger. Okay, so
Awesome.
now you can kind of see how it's doing that clockwise motion. Okay, stop.
And I'm gonna say, show me a yes for mine. And mine's back and forth. And stop.
And I'm going to ask mine to, okay, show me a no. Okay, so my no is left to right,
Okay.
straight left to right.
Yep. And I'm gonna say, show me a no. And mine is also left to right.
So,
And and this is something that you should do if you're not used to using a pendulum. You should always ask which way for yes and which way for no before you start. I've been using one for ever. So I don't need to ask because it's always the same way for me, anymore. I used to when I started, but it's always the same way. So it's always back and forth and left and right. So I don't
yeah,
ask anymore. But
yeah,
beginner, you should always ask, so and you're confident. It brings your confidence up, and then you'll understand, and you'll get to trust it more and believe that it is for real. It is
yeah.
working. So yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's really all there is to it for that, for asking questions. You can only ask about yourself, though. Don't ask, does this boy like me? Like we used to do when we were teenagers, does this boy like me? Yes or no? We did. We did that when we were teenagers. But so I've been using a pendulum for a long, long time. But anyway, so you can only ask about yourself, things about you. Um, if you're advanced, you can do like surrogate, for your child or your pet or something like that who's non-communicative or something like that. So
Kind of like you can with muscle testing. It's
yeah,
kind of the same concept.
yeah, yeah,
But that takes a lot of practice. And to know, be able to feel comfortable and know and trust in the answers that you get as well if you're going to do surrogacy,
right.
or do any more like professional practice with this kind of thing like we do.
Yeah.
So it's just about learning, it's about trusting, and it's about um,
Mhm.
just getting used to the energy of it and how to do it.
Mhm.
It's just take some practice. And some people might struggle a little bit with holding a pendulum. Holding a pendulum this high is going to make your arm really tired. So I tend to, hold it a lot lower because it's like doing this is like my arms are
Yeah. And me
so
too.
if you're checking things with it,
Yeah.
you probably want to be more like here with your hand because otherwise you're
Right.
just gonna get
Yeah.
tired trying to hold it all the way up here.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's not a comfortable way.
Yeah. And I usually rest my elbow on the table, and that gives me some stability for it. So I know that it's not me moving the pendulum, it's moving
Mhm.
itself.
That's a
And
good idea. Yeah.
so just little tips. Um, what else was I going to say about that? Oh, you can also check the energy of a room. If it's negative or positive, you can ask, like, what's the energy of the room? Just a couple things, and this is going clockwise, so it's good energy. For me, good energy is always clockwise, negative energy is always counterclockwise. So you can ask, and you should ask that too, which way for good energy, which way for negative. And it doesn't mean when I say negative energy, it doesn't mean evil energy or bad, bad. It's just negative. It's just lacking life force energy. So it's something that's negative. It could be pain. Like when I do a chakra clearing, it'll pull out negative energy by going counterclockwise on your knee or whatever, and it'll keep going until it pulls that energy out, which is really cool to happen.
Yeah.
So, what else? Do you have something else to?
Um, well, I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything, the simple basics of using a pendulum. It's just, if you want to do, but for what we're doing in particular, we're going to do yes or no, right? So you already tested your yes or no with your pendulum.
Mhm.
Um, so then all you need to do is start asking your questions. And so a good thing to do would be, okay, start at the top of your page with your intention that you have with your first one and ask, am I in alignment energetically with this intention that I have for the year? And your pendulum will tell you, yes or no. So, if the answer is yes, then it'll go in your yes direction, right?
Yeah.
And so, okay, and then you can tell it to stop. And then I like to just, in my mind, ask the questions or out loud. It doesn't really matter. It's all the same. And then, okay, so you're in alignment with that one. Okay, am I in alignment with my second one? If the answer is no, I'm telling it what to do because I don't have a piece of paper in front of me. And so the answer to that was no. So then, okay, so then you want to come into alignment with it. And there's several ways that you can do that. So like Tracy said, your pendulum can help you to release those blocks and barriers and negative energy that might be in the way of your alignment with the energy of the thing that you're wanting. And
Mhm.
that's really, that's easy because you know what you do? You ask your pendulum to
Yeah.
release the blocks and barriers and energy that's in
Yeah.
the way of your alignment with that thing, with receiving it. And it's so you just ask your pendulum, say, okay, pendulum, please release all negative energies, blocks, and barriers to my intention so that I can become in alignment with it again. Please do that for me. Okay. And then, so then mine is starting to go counterclockwise in order to release that energy.
Yeah. And
And you just let it go.
yeah.
You let that go until it stops. And it might be a minute, might be 5 minutes,
Yeah.
depending on how much you got going on. It could be 10 minutes. Hopefully, it's not 10 minutes. But that's why you do Tracy's technique of having your elbow on the table so you don't get tired
Yeah.
waiting for your pendulum to stop. And you just let it go and you just let it go until it's done.
Yeah. I have a cool story to share about that. we were teaching a class about using pendulums at I don't know wherever, but I was teaching it, and a gal there had really bad pain in her foot, like she had plantar fasciitis or something like that, or she didn't really know what it was or what it what was causing it, but it was always a major pain in her foot. And so I said, okay, let's have the pendulum, pull out some negative energy if that's what it is. So, and it said yes. So then I held my pendulum over and we continued teaching the class. The pendulum swung for 20 minutes all throughout the class. And she never had any more pain in that foot. And we're not giving medical advice, but
No, we don't do that.
just yeah, personal experience or personal things that have happened. And she, even months later, she would come and say, I still have no pain in my foot. So something was stuck there. There was an energy stuck there that it was able to release. And she was able to go on and not have any more trouble with it. So yeah, it's really cool. Energy, everything is energy. Energy is
Yes.
everywhere. And if there's a block to that energy, it's causing your body not the things in your body, the blood, your lymph, your all your energy meridians, they're not working properly. So if you remove those energy blocks, everything flows better. Everything, your whole body is going to feel better and work better. So, and, with using it for your intentions and your goals and stuff like that, everything's going to work a lot smoother, a lot easier, a lot faster. You won't have to feel like you have to push and grind to get there. It's going to happen with ease and grace a lot more than otherwise. So,
Yeah. And the wonderful thing about this technique is you don't need to be an energy practitioner to help yourself.
right.
You don't need to be. And that's the wonderful thing about the techniques that we teach you guys is you can use them in your own life whenever you want.
Mhm.
And you don't need anybody to tell you how to do it or anything. You can always ask questions. We love questions.
Yeah.
But if you don't need anything extra, you just need yourself
Yeah.
and the ability to do things. So, one way to release the energies, blocks, and barriers, obviously, is the pendulum,
Yeah.
right? We can use that. Another one is one of our favorite methods is the freedom release technique,
Yeah.
because that gets your conscious, your subconscious, and your spiritual energy aligned with what it is that you're wanting. And that's a wonderful technique. One that Tracy just showed us how to do many times is tapping or EFT.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful technique to get into alignment. You can use all three, and I would suggest that you do
Yeah.
because they all work in kind of slightly different ways, but they all work towards the same goal.
Yeah. Yeah. So, if you have some intentions that aren't feeling so good or they're feeling so far out of reach for you that you have on your list, start writing down some things. What are those feelings coming up, like on our emotional guidance scale? What are some of the feelings that are coming up when you're thinking about that goal or that intention? Does it feel like, oh, I just don't feel like I can ever do that in a year, or it feels too far away or feels too hard? Write those things down and then do some muscle testing, some testing with your pendulum, do some freedom release, do some tapping, and all of those you can find on our podcasts from previously. So look them up and use those videos to guide you in taking control for yourself. And when you figure out that you're in charge, that you can do these things for yourself, it's so liberating and it feels so good to have your power back and know that there is something you can do to help you move forward. Yeah.
How beautiful is that? I
Yeah.
mean, everybody wants to feel empowered, and you are empowered if you allow yourself to be empowered. And
Absolutely.
so if you feel like you have a lack of personal power, there's some blocks and barriers to you receiving that feeling of empowerment.
Yeah.
So do some releases on that because that's going to help you immensely moving forward. So if you're feeling that way, you're like, oh man, I just don't feel like I could ever have or get what I want. Well,
Right?
release around that. Do
Yeah.
that. Ask your pendulum to help you.
Yeah.
Do your freedom release technique. Do tapping around it.
Yeah.
And release all resistance to being an empowered being because that's who you are. That's who you deserve to be. You are a powerful creator. And you
Abs.
came here to be, do, and have the things that you want to be, do, and have because it's important for you to be you, be completely you, and to explore the things that you wanted to explore because every single one of us is important in this larger creation and continuing it moving forward and continuing to learn
Yeah.
and to create as we uniquely are. And how beautiful is that? You know, we want you to have that. We want you to do that.
Yeah.
We want to see you succeed beyond your wildest dreams. And we want that for all of us as a collective. And that's kind of why we talk about these things, is we want to see that for you.
Yeah.
And we want to share in your joy as you see yourself go further than you ever thought that you could.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
please feel free to share stories with us because we love that.
We would love that. And I'm just drawn to read this
Mm.
before
Oh, yes.
before we end. Um, I feel like we just need a little empowerment today, and this is a good one. So it's called Our Deepest Fear by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond our measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we liberate from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. That is so good. Um, People should read that every day, I think. I love it. And
It's so uplifting and it re-inspires you, I think,
yeah, every time.
listening to that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And it just tells you that don't dull your sparkle, because you think you're going to outshine others. If people see you shining and people see you happy and doing the things that you love, it shows them that they can do that too, when maybe they didn't think they could. So don't worry about that stuff and shine bright. That's why we're here. That's what we're meant to do. So
Awesome.
any last
Awesome.
words, Carissa?
I think that sums it up, Tracy.
Yeah,
I love it. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah, it's so good. And play with it, play with the pendulum, play with tapping, play with doing freedom release. It all works together. It will all work separately. It's whatever you make it. So take your power back and use these things to live your best life. In memory of our friend Breet.
Yes. In
Yes,
memory of our wonderful friend Breet, who was always filled with joy no matter what was going on around her.
yes.
And we love and appreciate you, Breet, from here. And we look forward to our next meeting for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. We love you, Breet.
Love you. We love you guys too, and we're so excited to be able to share this technique with you, play with it. Let us know if you have any questions. We're happy to help you if you have any. And we just kind of want to hear how it goes for you. So make sure to comment below and just let us know how it went.
Right.
Practicing with this because some people it's easy and they pick it up right away, and some people they have to practice a little bit to kind of get the hang of it because
Yeah.
some people trust themselves and their intuition more, and some people are a little bit like, I don't know what this. And
Yeah.
so just do it a few times and see how it goes, and do a little bit of a practice and start asking some questions and see what happens. We want to hear about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea. If somebody, if you need a little help, just put it in the comments and we'll do another podcast about it and go a little deeper and show you some more things about it. So we
Yeah,
love to teach that stuff. So
me too.
Carissa, where can we find you on this wonderful world of webs, web world?
Well, on the web world, that's a new one. I like it.
Word.
You can find me on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing. You can find us collectively on Facebook at Our Soul Space. And then you can find us on YouTube at Soul Space Podcast. Nothing before, nothing after.
Yeah,
Just at Soul Space Podcast, which
yeah.
is where you're listening to this right now if you're listening to us. Um, and yeah, so Tracy, if people want to find you, where could they find you?
I am at Soul Space, yes, but also at Inspired Signals on Instagram and Facebook. And also my website is inspiredsignals.com. All my links are there, so that's an easy peasy way to find me.
Perfection.
And yeah, and Inspired Signals Studio too. I forgot that one today. Whatever.
Yeah, you don't forget that one. That's all your artsy
I know
stuff.
my art stuff, and that's what I've been doing mostly lately. So that's
Yeah.
I haven't posted a lot lately, but I'll get better. Get
Yeah.
get more active at that. That's one of my intentions for the year. So
All right, well, let's do some releasing after this video.
yeah, yeah, I'll work on that. I promise.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, we'll see you guys next time for February. We maybe we'll talk about love. We'll see.
Ooh, I like
We
that.
don't have a topic yet, so we'll see. All right. See you next time. Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.